Wow, just wow. It's all in the title. This morning, riding this Griso is a magical thing. We stopped at Sheffield Pie for a pie. Why not? We're going past it, so it's got to be done, eh? We're going to stop at Springfield. I've got to get a couple of groceries. We've brought along camp cooker and stuff so we can cook and so on at the camp. Got a fry pan, a little pot, a little wee burner, and yeah, so I hope they get something nice to eat. And I ended up getting up some sizzlers and stuff, which we can cook up a little bit later and enjoy with some rice risotto. I haven't made rice risotto for a long time.
Because we're going camping, let's go and get some camping done.
Dock camping grounds, conservation campsites. There are so many in the South Island. They're a cheap option for camping, and we decided real short notice, mainly because all the drama I had with the bike leading up to this, just sort of like got the bike sorted. It was going to be a 3-nighter, ended up just being a 2 because just bike drama. Went to the 2 dock campgrounds, and they are 2 quite close to home and just real nice locations. The first one we're going to is Mistletoe Flats. I've stopped here before in a previous video and looked at it and thought this would be a great place to stop at, and we planned to camp here, so this was a really good idea. It's sure a relief to see a little bit of blue sky there. Gave us a bit of hope that our night at Mistletoe Flats was going to be a good one. We were hoping that we were going to see, or get to see some stars tonight, so a little bit of blue sky might mean there could be a chance of it. You know, a guy Arthur, ironically, he discovered the Arthur's Pass way back in 1863, I think it might have been. Just a fact. Castle Hill, famous rocks. There were some pretty famous films. Location set was filmed here. A great place for tourists. Mistletoe Flat, it's a wee camping place on the way to a ski field. Obviously at the moment it's not winter, so no ski field is open. It's an incredible day because there are a lot of cyclists and walkers and so on that come up here. Driving in, it looks like there's nobody here, and looking over the back, there's nobody here, so we're going to go camp, I think, down the hill. There's no impending rain, I don't think, looking on the weather forecast, so it's not going to be like we're going to get flooded out, so might as well camp down in this beautiful spot next to the water, close to the sandflies. We can really experience the goodness of it. Got to get this tent set up and get the bed, the tyre ready for the night. Here's my tent. And a nice drink. That is good.
It's strong.
It's strong, but it's good. Plenty of walks to be had, and we're going to go for a walk right now, because why not? Just a short one. If it was raining, great place here for some shelter, for cooking, and just general hanging out. What I can tell you is that the ride today, after the work that was done with the suspension linkages, the drive shaft is all good, but the suspension linkage, I wouldn't have believed it, but the bike is almost like a new one. I guess it's deteriorated so much with those linkages, seizing, not seizing, but just the bearings becoming stuffed. And it's just amazing. It's like a new bike, just like riding on rails. Looks like there's been a bit of wild pine culling going on in the area. Nobody came in to add more campers around. It looked like a long-term camper that was down the road a little bit, and the camper van across the way you can just spot in the corner there. But yeah, we were to ourselves, which was great. But it's always good to share, good to meet some different people. So we're making a classic rice risotto that stinks. It says brown the rice. What I've in effect have done is I've blackened this rice, but we're going to add some water now and she'll be mint. Once you've blackened some rice, you can actually remove that rice, and so you don't have to eat it. It's looking great if I was to tell lies. You can salvage a burnt, what is it, rice risotto? You can salvage burnt rice risotto by adding half of the mix of the, what's it? That's a quality feed. It was great seeing the stars out, the night sky cleared, and yeah, we got to see beautiful stars. And the photograph there was taken by my mate there, and he layered a whole lot of photos over top. Bloody nice here. Definitely a good place to come, I reckon. Nice place to camp. The river's nice, and I'd come here again, definitely. Nothing like a good hearty breakfast to get you started in the morning. They're looking good. Looking real good. Thought we might as well go for a ride up the track here, but just see how far we can go and have a bit of a look through the forest. It's real nice. We ride, the road wasn't too bad, and I really recommend taking a wee trek up here, eh? It's good. I could definitely see the value of spending a little bit more time and taking more time to walk on some of these walks, get to see some of the more insides of what we're seeing rather than just from the road. But at least we get there, and what a cracker day. It was awesome last night. We watched the stars and had a few drinks and saw heaps in this night sky, satellites and stuff flying around. I'm not flying around, but shooting across the sky. It's incredible how much you actually see up there, especially compared to what you might see in a city or even just close to the city country. It's awesome. Apart from the dust that he's throwing up, and I'm having to inhale it, it would be nice, crisp, natural goodness. The road's pretty good, and the good thing is, man, the suspension, I haven't said before, since the fix, it's like a new bike. The back end just feels beautiful, crisp, nice, great. It bounces. Back on the road in some autumn colours, winter is near, Beautiful day for a ride. Stop at the Otira Viaduct. And up here is where the old road goes. It used to be the Otira track to get you for where you needed to be. And things have already changed, I guess, because of the amount of slips that would happen and pretty much take out and block up the road. And if you look down there where the new viaduct is, it's pretty spectacular. There's a lookout point, we can just stand there. So it's pretty cool. I had our lunch at Brunner and now we're heading to Reefton towards Lewis Pass, where we hope to grab some groceries and get the rest of the way to set up tent at the Deer Valley campsite. Again, just a spectacular day, and the corners were beautiful, the road was nice, the traffic wasn't too bad, and beautiful. And now we're heading into the Lewis Pass region, and it was discovered by a surveyor back in the 1860s. He was, I think, asked to look for a route across the divide, I guess looking for greener pasture, and of course on the west coast it's certainly wet, you're going to get a lot of green over this side. It's one of the main, or is the main pass really, from east to west in the South Island. It is a very good road. Unfortunately, some of it has been knocked down to 80 k's an hour, and debatable why. In part, is it because people can't drive properly, too many distractions, a whole lot of reasons why, I guess. It's not a massive camping area here. There's quite a few spots you can camp. Trying to find a spot where it's a bit got some sunshine. Pretty much not going to get much sunshine for very long here with the trees surrounding, but this is the perfect spot away from the road a little bit and at the very end of the camping area. So good spot to be. It's actually quite spicy. It's nice.
It's really hurt my throat.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a kick to it. That is cold. That is f***ing cold. I'm going to stand here forever otherwise. I'm feeling it happening already. My knees are locking. It's cold. Isn't that cold? It's a big tidal wave. Cheers to a good day's riding. And the Griso is awesome. It's riding like rails. Oh, no, it's riding like it's on rails. That's so practically what it's doing.
So you can finally keep up.
No.
So you can finally keep up.
I brought myself a lovely steak and a can of mushy peas from the shop in Reefton, and we had some fellow campers here that were made up a fire for their food, and then we got to experience another gorgeous night. Here we are. We're at Deer Valley campsite, It's about time to go to bed. Must be about 10:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. Just taking a wee time lapse of the stars and stuff, and hopefully that'll come out really well. You know, I met some great hunters that had just been up on the hill and spent a few nights out in there, so it's good hearing their stories and stories of now and before and stuff. You know, that's the great thing about actually getting out into nature. You know, Deer Valley is a good spot to stop. There are the residents of the place, the wonderful and very friendly sandfly that will quite gladly take a peck out of your skin. But other than that, it's beautiful, beautiful night skies and sound of birds through the night. This fantastic river. This river's yeah, you hear all through the night. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think dock campgrounds, for what they're worth, you know, $8 for a night. I think it's going up to $10 in July. Sure, there's not a lot of service. There is generally no cell phone service. And then you've got a toilet and maybe a bit of water. We've got plenty of water here in the river. Not sure what it's like. It should be good, clean, clear water. It's clear. I just don't know if it's clean. And that's probably the shameful thing about the modern day, is that you don't know what's actually in the water. Versus when I was a kid, you would have come down here and threw your face in there and gulped a litre. They're a skittery but inquisitive bird.
Vans and caravans, aren't they?
Yeah. Still around? How's he gone? Excuse me. Momentous breakfast of champions. Just filling up the tank and culvert in. It's been a great ride, beautiful sunny day. It's perfect, really, absolutely great. Heading back home, last stretch. It's warm, and what more could you ask for? Brilliant. Carnage of going away for a trek on your bike. It's going to lead to having to dry all your gear out and get it all ready for next time, but that's okay, because that's why we do it. In closing, I'd like to thank you for taking a little bit of time to watch this video, and hopefully you've got some inspiration to get out and throw a tent up somewhere random. Dock camping grounds are one of those great spots that are worthy of taking some time and spending some time at. You know, there's plenty so close to home. If you can't find a dock camp close to home, you're probably far away from one. But sure, throw some comments, some questions, or any advice or suggestions on what you'd like to see next. We'll give it our best shot, because what more can we do? I think one of the reasons why I like doing the video is one, I like to create a memory that I can look back on, and to share that is something else good too, I think, and if anyone enjoys that, then there's no harm in it. And yeah, it's just a little encyclopedia of memory in a roundabout way. Thanks again, and we'll catch you again real soon, eh? Cheers.